I bet. Anyway, so like yeah, like Jonathan said, it's been like quite a week, with the whole band thing.
Yeah, man. That shit sucks. I can cuss?
Yeah, no, you go ahead.
That shit sucks, man. Cause I haven't been on YouTube for that long. Like honestly, like I'm still a rookie, bro. I started like end of May. Like I've only been doing this for like 3 months. But I'm used to like waking up and just like, all right, let's make a reaction video. Let's make this video. And my like content has been progressing. More edit focused. But still, man, like this week is just weird. I just wake up like I can make a video, but then it might not be relevant in next week. So it's like I'm just kind of sitting around waiting for this band to be over, man.
Yeah, no, that must suck. Like personally, like me and Jonathan, we've been on YouTube. We've been doing this YouTube thing for not very consistently, but we have been doing it for quite a while. Uploading videos since we were young. We've just been sticking with it.
We're older than most of the big ones, even though we don't have shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're really not consistent. But yeah, no, we've never like had that experience of like being banned or anything like that. Like, yeah, we've made like back in the day, like questionable content, said a thing or two, but like we've never actually gotten banned. We'll talk more about like why you got banned and stuff later on. But anyway, welcome to the podcast. It's good to have you here.
Pleasure.
I think we'll have a pretty cool conversation about, stuff in the YouTube scene, boxing, stuff like that. I myself actually am a boxer. My roommate is as well. So, I'm kind of knowledgeable on the actual, the sport itself. And honestly, I think we can have a really sick conversation.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't box, but I like watching boxing a lot. So, like, I got knowledge there too.
Makes sense. But anything, yeah. Welcome to Box Program Thoughts Live, where podcast where men become lovers and the word straight goes to die. How are you doing today, Jonathan?
I am doing phenomenally. I am back in my humble abode. I am no longer in my college apartment. However, that will change next week. As you can see, sense. I am only here temporarily. I'm glad to be back with the shitty lighting. How are you, my good friend Matt Barry?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Just for the new viewers, I'm Matt Barry. Also go by Barry the Friend. Obviously, the guy who was just talking is Jonathan. Also goes by Jonathan on YouTube.
I might call him Matthias now and then. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's my like full name. We like been tight for a minute, so that's probably like if you hear that, that's what that is. But anyway, yeah, today we're joined with our guest today. Very nice to have him here.
Pleasure,
very
man.
excited to have this conversation. We have none other than Alex Maldo. How's it going, man?
Let's go, man. Yeah, it's great, bro. I love podcasts, man. I don't do many. I've only been on like one of my friends, but I like Ted, said I'll never decline a podcast offer. I don't care what stage of my YouTube I am in. I just love talking, bro. And if I don't have to edit the talking, I'll talk all day.
I got you, mate. I got you.
Let's go.
For real. No, like the whole like editing thing, like it's fun, but like eventually, like it's not to say like this is gonna happen with everyone. Like obviously, like we've been doing YouTube for a while, like eventually, like some creators, like I said, not everybody, like there's a thing that people experience sometimes. It's kind of like a fatigue, like
a burnout.
Yeah, like a burnout type thing of like editing and stuff like that. But I feel like like you said, you started not too long ago. Like obviously, like you've got like something like base your channel off of like reactions, the whole YouTube boxing thing. Like you've kind of got like a thing you're sticking to. Like obviously, that's not to say you could branch out, but you've kind of got like a thing going.
I think like when I started my channel, I wanted to just talk about everything that I enjoyed and just find people like that. But I didn't want to, be too closed off. So like most of my big videos, are YouTube boxing or that. But, I still, do music reactions. One of my bigger things is album reaction. So, I'll still sit down and do an album reaction, a music video reaction, a funny video, a boxing video. Like I like to keep it like entertaining and like on many topics. And then if you just mess with me, you'll mess with everything I mess with anyways. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, I totally fuck with that mentality. That's kind of what I wanted to shift my content into. But since we've been doing this for a while, me and Jonathan, we kind of started when like the gaming thing was popular, when it was like gaming and then talking during gaming, some like funny, cool edits. And that's kind of like what we've stick to. But like nowadays, obviously it's different. We kind of wanted to shift it to where we could like let more of our like personality shine, do more like reaction based content, like documentary stuff like that. That's kind of like how it's evolved, and I think that's like a very good progression to have when it comes to content. But yeah, no, like I said, I really fuck with like having it very like personality based. Like it makes sense, and like that is not only a way like to to market yourself to others, but those people you market to, the people that actually join the ride, are the people that you can fuck with because they fuck with you.
Yeah.
That's honestly like
I
a really
agree.
cool thing.
Yeah, man,
But
it's
yeah.
all about that. I want people to show up for whatever I'm reacting to or talking about, but then they'll stick around and fuck with all my other content for like me. And it happens. I get comments like every day, or not that many, not on some like thousands, but I get a couple comments a day on the big videos a lot, and they're like, "Oh damn, I came from this video and I'm still here," and I'm like, "Oh shit, that was like 2 months ago. That was like a music video reaction, and now they're here watching me do this like live stream Omegle or do this." You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's starting to work, but I just want to keep growing. Obviously, I'm nowhere near done.
Yeah, no, obviously, like you've actually been growing like quite a bit. I can't remember when exactly it was I found you. Like time just works so odd for me, but like
If you remember a video, I can probably give you like around what time.
yeah, it's actually like kind of a funny story as to like how I found you. Like there was just like this one day where I was just like just chilling about, and I was just like wondering. I was just like, I was literally on the shitter. I was just like, like how did that like YouTube event turn out? That one like social knockout event turn out?
Yeah.
Like I was just like, I watched it before, but like I can't remember like how each fight turned out because I'm like quite into it myself. So I looked up like social knockout, and then I saw the first one, and then I saw
you saw that video.
Yeah.
Okay. How long ago was that though? Like when it came out or like after?
I think I want to say like maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3.
Okay. Because that happened 2 months ago. That's cool. Yeah. No, that's actually like the thing that catapulted. Like again, when I say these things, like for me they're really big. For other people, or viewers, gonna be like, bro, he only has this many subs. You know what I'm saying? But for me, like what catapulted me, sitting here doing these and only getting a couple subs a day, and then seeing that big jump. For big YouTubers, that might be like 1 million subscriber jump, but for me, it was like 100. So that video actually did me wonders because I remember, I did like a Billie Eilish video and that did good, and I was like, oh wow, like this is amazing. And then I went to bed, woke up, and someone just commented. I was filming reaction videos, and someone just commented, "Yo, Money Kicks." I don't even know who he was. This YouTuber from Dubai. Money Kicks just fought. You should react to it. It was rigged or something like that. So I was like, you know what? I have nothing to react to. I'm literally already set up. Let me just like react to that event. And then I realized Slim and these other guys are fighting on that too. I'm like, oh, I know them. So I do that reaction, and then all of a sudden, it like climbs like by far my biggest video. The Adam Solo one and Slim one were like the biggest. And then the next day I did the Money Kicks. Because the first time I was like, I don't even know who this is. I'm not going to like mind it. I'll do a video to Adam and Slim because I know them. And then the next day, all the people from that video were commenting, no, you got to do the main event. So then I did it. And that is what catapulted me over 1,000 subscribers, which for me was huge. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, like people are like, oh, that's not too much. But like you're growing at like a good rate. And like soon, like I think like personally, I think you have the potential to like really like skyrocket from where you are now. Like you're already growing so fast. Like I feel like so many people can just jump on the wagon and like it just like it's really like raw content. Like you said, it's like personality based. You're talking about like music, like current events, like this YouTube boxing is very popular. It's just you giving your opinion. It's a combination of the two. It's you, your opinion, and then like the actual like content that you're talking about. And I think that's a very good formula for success, honestly.
Yeah, and I've been trying to shift it towards a little shorter, more short videos because I would watch some of my old stuff and I'm like, if I'm super interested in boxing, I would watch this whole video. But if I wasn't, I'm like, would I really watch me talk about boxing for 8 minutes? So I was like, all right, I have a friend. I don't know if you know him. Do you know who Fox the G is?
Fox is. Oh, you cool with him?
Yeah. So I could tell that story. That was a good story. But his formula was making these short videos, and the retention rate was way up because people would watch the whole video. So when I met him like online, he told me, he's like, I'm gonna be real, like the reason I have 70,000 subscribers in like this many months is because like the short video, my retention rate is crazy. So I was like, you know what, I make these 12-minute videos, and they're entertaining, and if you really like the subject, you'll stick around. But what if I just condensed it, just threw out anything, stuttering, this and that. So I got the editing thing, and I was like, let me practice. Let me add these jokes that I know I can, think of. I just have to teach myself how to edit. So, every video I feel like I get better editing. So this past weekend I did raw reactions because the event, I just wanted to get it out as fast as possible. So I was like, I'll just do some raw reactions because I know I'm capable of that. I've done 2 months of never editing, just straight raw reaction. But, I'm trying to have a mix of both.
Yeah, no, I totally see that. Like, just the quality and the actual like content itself, it'll like grow as you keep growing.
Yeah.
Like it totally like makes sense. But anyway, yeah, like you brought up like money kicks, like Slim, Adam Saw, like I think like we'll talk about that in a second because I have a few
got all
like
night.
yeah, no, there's like a few takes, like like also I think I brought it up in our DMs since we've been talking for like the past couple of days, like NNA Productions.
Damn,
Yeah.
I got a lot of words for him.
We'll talk about this man in like a sec. But anyway, like there is one more thing I want to ask before we get into that. It's just kind of like so obviously you say you want to keep going and going with this, but in the foreseeable future, like do you have anything like anything that you kind of haven't mentioned already, like any goals for the channel, like any particular like extra direction you want to take the channel in, any like extra thing you want to incorporate into your content in the future?
I think that if you asked me that question 3-4 weeks ago, it would have been that, making shorter edit videos, unless it's like a reaction that's like timely based. But for me, 10K subs is just like, that number to me is just like, once you get to like, even like in money, for example, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, but once you get that 10,000, you get that extra figure. I feel like that same way 1,000 hit so hard, 10,000, I just need that. But as far as like goals to do different things, I do want to start streaming more. I've done some big streams in again in my book. I've done some album reactions that did very well. And I love streaming. I mean, I don't tell many people, but the moment I sat down and got a setup and said what I wanted to do on social media, it was a Twitch streamer, right? And I turned into a YouTuber because YouTube was just outgrowing. Like I had more subscribers and followers on Twitch because it's more discoverability on YouTube. So I was like, okay, instead of streaming and recording at a lower quality, why don't I just do my reactions offline, higher quality, and post them straight to YouTube because they're growing more. So I really love streaming, and I always said like once I can turn on the stream and get 50 like minimum concurrent viewers and the chat is nice and like fluid and it's like I have things to talk about, I want to start like streaming every night, like on top of the videos, like at this time, just get home and just turn on the stream until 1 a.m. and go to bed because I love streaming. Like for example, the Drake stream. I mean, that was the craziest moment of my YouTube anything. Like I had 2,800 people concurrent at the peak of that. I mean, what I'm saying, that was nuts. Like I felt like you could feel it, but when the chat is going crazy, I went 7 hours and I felt like 20 minutes. Like I was just talking, someone would give me something to talk about. I would go to Instagram, I was following people back. I had like 400 DMs after that. That was a really big boost for the channel. But that moment, I was like, nah, this live stream dream of mine is still there. Like I know I can put on an entertaining live stream. I just need the chat to be nice and active. So that's a goal. I think the 25,000 subs around there or 50 concurrent lives, I'm going to start streaming like crazy.
Yeah, go for it, dude. There's been a lot of YouTubers recently. I've known a lot of YouTubers that have actually done mainly streaming as of last year. And like, yeah, it's mostly financial, especially since the pandemic, since they couldn't really do anything with their recording setups. When they go to stream, they actually find that it's a lot of fun. And like, I'm not that big of a streamer myself. I've only had one stream, and like that single VOD is up on my live streams channel if you want to watch it. But I've only done one stream, and even that one stream, I enjoyed it tremendously. I'm just so bad at time management. But like, if you put in the effort, if you put in the work, I think it'll work out for you, mate. So it's worked out for tons of people. I think more than YouTube has. So it's definitely viable.
Yeah.
And if you like feel comfortable doing both, then that's like honestly something really special. Like obviously, like now I'm like in college and stuff like that. Like my time is a lot less. Like I have a lot less flexibility with my time. But if I had like a bunch of like time left, I would definitely like keep streaming because before I came here, I was actually like really like streaming almost every day, and I had a ton of fun doing it. So I can like, and I'd say I had maybe like 10 concurrent viewers and stuff like that. So I can only imagine what it must have like felt like to have like the chat going nice and crazy, man. And just having a blast with them for
it's
that
like
amount of time.
It's like a feeling you want to replicate. And like I realize, and I think to my favorite inspirations, like some of the younger people, like I always say Aiden's a big inspiration. Not like the content wise, like I don't want to be just like him, but it's because like where he's from. Like I'm from Florida, he's from Florida, and the funniest thing is like the people that I like inspire to be like the most, and like the most, FaZe Banks and Mike Malak and Logan Paul and these YouTube guys, he literally just from where I'm from, 2-3 years older than me, lives in their house. Rice Scum, humongous inspiration of mine, like content wise. And it's like, and I'm like, wow, like this guy 3 years older than me went to a school on the other coast of Florida, and now he's literally living in the house of all the inspiration and YouTubers I grew up watching. So that was like a big, motivator. And I can only imagine what it's like to have 50,000 concurrent. But that moment of like when you say something like ask a question and then you get yes, 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 or no, 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 or you know what I'm saying? It's like you say something and the interaction's like crazy. It's like I could do it all night. Like that one stream, the stream was over at 2 a.m. Like I could have ended it like at 2. The album was done. I kept going till 6 in the morning, like because the chat was still live. Like the chat was still talking. So I was just, I couldn't, that feeling is crazy. I just can't wait till I grow naturally where I don't need to have Drake in the title to get that. It's just me turning on the live stream and, getting the same,
Yeah. And, like, it's not even, like, it's, like, getting late, I'm tired, but, like, I want to stay up for the chat. It's like you don't even notice, like,
dude,
the time going by.
Not at all. It's like 5 in the morning, all of a sudden the sun is starting to show up in the window, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, no, I'm like, yeah. And, like, I live with my parents, and my mom wakes up early, you know what I'm saying? My dad goes to work early. So like I just be hearing shit. I take off the headset. I'm like, oh my God, like my mom's awake. Like they already had their full night of rest. I'm still, streaming and talking. And it's just like I feel like that is like the number one, like when you enjoy something is if you just do something and you just get lost. Like I've done edits that have taken 10 hours, like literally sitting down, get up for the bathroom, back. And I'm just like, bro, I didn't yawn once. It's 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning. I didn't yawn once. This is going to screw me up tomorrow for the sleep schedule. But, like, I didn't yawn once. Like, if I was here doing homework till 2 in the morning, I'd be fucking, yawning and shit. I feel like that's, like, a good metric to know, like, you really fuck with this.
Yeah, for real. Honestly, like, the only times I found myself, like, staying up to, like, 5, like just, like, noticing, like, oh, shit, like, the sun's out. Like, I can hear my parents, like, like, waking up and stuff back when I live with them. Like, that was just me by myself playing games. And I think, like, Jonathan, like, you share, like, the same experiences as me. If not, like, when, like, together on, like, voice call. Like, I can only imagine if it's something that... And it's not to say that we didn't enjoy, like, playing games or something like that. But, like, that feeling, that, like, motivation to, like, not only, like... It's not only something you enjoy doing, it's something you enjoy doing with others.
Exactly.
Like, that's something that I want to, like, experience, like, eventually.
Yeah.
I just want to, like, be able to connect to people. And I just, like... admire and like really like it warms my heart seeing like other people in the community like being able to like connect with people like that, because that's something that I really want to be able to do like through like my medium. I'm here to study film. That's how I want to be able to connect through people and with people.
It's fire.
Yeah, no, I really like, that's really like my goal in life, to be able to do that. But, I think that's really cool that you've like found this, and there's so much more that you can do. That's so much more that's coming, and I think that's really cool. That's really exciting for you.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, yeah, like with that out of the way, like obviously, like I think there's like a few more things left to talk about. Like the actual YouTube box and stuff itself, because that obviously that's a hot topic, and it kind of relates to like the whole ban on YouTube for you, right? Like the week ban.
Yeah, I mean, my assumption is, I mean, I ain't trying to accuse, I ain't trying to get in more trouble, but I mean, this guy, I go back and forth DMs, his comments are flooded with people tagging me. And again, I'm not saying I'm this popular guy, but neither is he. I mean, he might have this amount of subscribers, but his viewership is way down. Like, I mean, sooner or later, we're going to cross. Like, his views were 3 million a video to 1 mil to 100 to 50K, and his most recent video, 8,000 views. So I average, like, around 1,000 on a normal time. So, I mean, sooner or later, we're going to cross. Right, so he's not this, super. It's not like I'm talking shit to Logan Paul. Like I'm talking shit to this random guy, right? So, I mean, I talk shit to him. His things are getting flooded, and then all of a sudden I get a strike on my channel for the first time for a video super old. So I'm not here to accuse, but I mean, it was never a problem. Like a week ago, 2 days ago, until that started happening. So I don't know.
Like the same thing happened to KSI actually. Like it, like I think it like might not actually like be related like at all, because like it very well might, just because like it happened to KSI. Like he like a new rule got added, and then the YouTube went back. It was just like, oh, even though this is from back then before that rule was even it's gone.
Yeah, that video was like I think my 9th or 11th video. I have like 335 on my channel. Like
it's a mass flagging moment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think that video has like 30, 40 views. Like, I don't even understand. And I got a whole strike.
Yeah, no, it's just YouTube moving mad, honestly. Like, the rules, like... obviously YouTube is like a very good platform and stuff like that, but like, it's just the rules sometimes, like, it not exactly the most fair.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's more ways to go around. I mean, a lot of YouTubers have talked about it, but, I mean, another thing is, like, that video was 18 minutes long. I was reacting to something. they tell you what the rule is in the community guidelines, but they don't tell me what moment of the video it was. So now they're like watch your video and then decide if you want to appeal it. But I'm like, appeal what? Like now I have to convince them that it wasn't this, but like what part of the video are you referring to? I watched the video. I'm like, nothing that I said is bad. Like nothing. Even back then, I was even more like calmed down. I was worried about everything I said. Like if anything, it would have made more sense in one of my newer videos. But so I wrote the thing, and 4 or 5 hours later, the appeal gets rejected, and they're like, sorry, like you gotta wait. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna just wait it out. Because nothing else I can do.
Yeah, no, like obviously, yeah, these like there's better ways to go about it, but I mean, like, yeah, like with the whole YouTube thing, like tracing back to where we were before, like the whole situation going on with like all these YouTubers, like it started with the social knockout, like it ties back to that, like obviously that like got you like a ton and stuff like that, like got you a ton more views and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of a shame that like someone like so big-headed, like there's like a lot I can say honestly, like yeah. I know like
well let's I feel like some people don't even know what's happening, you know.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that a little bit.
Let's from the start. You want me? I can go.
Yeah,
basically sure. This whole social knockout thing, it's a boxing event, and if you haven't heard about it, I don't blame you. It's not that popular. Like I'm just keep it real with you. Like social knockout, who knows how they're doing financially? Who knows what the fighter purses are? Who knows if they're getting a profit? You know, it really all depends, right? But as far as viewership, it's not that big. I mean, if you want to know for proof, go to my channel, right? I did a social knockout 1 reaction 2 days after the fight was concluded, and it got 20,000 views, right? Obviously, that's buzzing, right? 2 days after, that's crazy for a reaction video. This video, I posted it 2-3 minutes after. I'm talking like I watched the fight live and recorded my reaction, and the fight was posted, thumbnail was ready, title was ready. I mean, I was the fastest, right? That was the goal. And that video got 14,000 views or something like that. So obviously the viewership went down. And same thing with all the other fights, right? So it's not that big. That's my point. If you don't know what it is, it's not that big. But there's this guy who's even smaller. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not the biggest name on the fighting card either. So he's not that good of a boxer. I've never boxed. And I'm like, you know what? He's fighting someone with 1,000 subscribers. Like, in this social knockout 2, he fought someone with 1,000 subscribers. A little kid. I mean, if you look at him, you'd think he's 15, 14 years old. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I would love to do YouTube boxing. I love boxing. I've never boxed, but I would if it was right. And then I'm like, wait, maybe this is my opportunity. If he fought someone with 1,000 subscribers who's this little kid and he beat him, why wouldn't he fight me? 3,000 subs. Like, that's not big at all. But I mean, it's 3 times bigger than the guy he just fought. So he can't use clout as a way of saying no. So the videos come out and people are like, yeah, I want to see it. And a lot of people said that. So I mentioned it in my reaction and people are like, yeah, I want to see you fight him. I want to see you fight NNA Productions. So I just respond to them, if you want to see it, let him know. Comment, DM, whatever. And then like a day later, he posts on his Instagram a highlight of him beating this little kid. I mean, not a punch was landed. I mean, it was the ugliest thing of boxing ever. That's why I'm so confident that I could train and beat him, because it's just like, if that's 2 years of training, I mean, it's just terrible coordination. He's not going to get better. So everyone starts tagging me, and then I make a story post like, yo, everyone tag me in this post. And I mean, out of the 200 comments on that post, 125 were people, tagging me. Not individual people, but maybe a person doing it 3 times or whatever. Point is, he definitely saw, he was getting 1,000 likes and 200 comments, 120 are my name. So, he comes to me and DMs me, like, who are you? Or no, he said, stop trying to get the fight. You're embarrassing yourself, something like that. And then I just start talking shit back. And I don't want to read all the things, but basically he tried threatening. He was like, oh, show up to the gym. I would beat you with one arm tied behind my back with a blindfold. I'm like, bro, we seen what you did with both hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw you at peak condition, 2 hands, full eyesight 2020, and you couldn't hurt a little kid. So like these words are false threats. And I started bitching him, and he just blocked me. Like, he just went straight to the block, and then I get all this strike, and then, what I'm saying? So that's really what happened. He was saying that he's gonna fight a real influencer, a big influencer, and I'm just like, I mean, the event isn't that big. They had 2,500 concurrent viewers for free, no pay-per-view. I mean, come on, bro, that's not a big event. Like, that was just one of the live streams, but come on. So he's trying to make it a thing about clout and this and that, but what can I do?
Yeah, I was honestly shocked when I saw him fight that like little ass dude. Honestly. I thought, maybe with Slim, maybe he was kind of telling the truth about the anxiety, because with his first fight, he got, I don't even know what to call
TKO'd
it.
in 35 seconds. But did he get punched? No. He just turned his back.
He turned his back and was like cupping his face. He was scared.
So, that's what I'm saying. So then he goes and fights his little kid, and like I said,
barely beats him.
Yeah, barely. He got knocked down in round 1. He got knocked down. Did
that not get counted? I honestly don't know if that got counted or not.
It didn't get counted, but it should have been. Exactly. That's my point. So he just fought someone with 1,000 subscribers. You know, most viewed video. Again, I don't want to make it a numbers thing. I'm just saying, how are you gonna come at me talking about we're only fighting real influencers when you just came off a fight with literally a kid with 1,000 subscribers who had a channel for fun? You know what I'm saying? Like,
really?
So it's like, how can you make it a thing about clout? And we got his attention. So like, it really shows you that we're a lot closer than he tried to call out Deji. I mean, bro, Deji's 200 pounds. He weighs 120. like just straight weight class. Yeah, like just straight weight classes. How's that gonna happen? And screw weight classes. Let's talk about clout now. I'm a lot closer to NNA Productions than he is to Deji.
Honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we saw how Deji performed in his last fight. I say Deji in the Vinny fight beats NNA. Honestly,
easily.
Honestly,
NNA
I think that's the case.
Easily the worst YouTube boxer we've ever seen. Easily.
I'm totally inept in this whole topic, and even like I've seen Deji fight, and he's like, he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. Like, he's not the best, but like, he knows.
He at least knows what he's going for.
So. Yeah, NNA is, you know, I'm honestly, I took a positive away from it. I'm like, yo, I've been doing this for 3 months, and he was in my DMs arguing with me, you know, trying to talk shit to me, intimidating me. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I have 3,000 subs. He has 3 million. Do the math. That's like not even 1% of his subs. And he's, you know, going back and forth with me, you know, blocking me and shit, like some female shit. Like, so if anything, I'm in his head, and he knows who I am. So I'm going to be real. I'm going to tell y'all something. I have a theory. He wants these social guys, these influencers. I guarantee you he's not going to find one. I guarantee you no one's going to want to fight him. He's irrelevant. And, I mean, for the way he talks about himself, he's not that big, right?
Really?
Out of all the 10 fights of Social Knockout, how is he the 6th fight up? I mean, there was personal trainers fighting after him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
normally the bigger fights are closer to the main event. So
I'm pretty sure like Nile or Bread Batch was
exactly.
Was he after or before? I don't remember.
No, he was after him. Yeah,
like, and this is his first fight. Like, yeah,
exactly.
He has clout, but like, and
but does he though? Does he though?
I mean, like,
does
Bread
Nile?
Batch.
But the
I
Bread
feel like
Batch
he does though.
I didn't even know that there was a guy behind the Bread Batch. I thought it was a company.
Nile himself. Yeah.
He wasn't selling tickets.
I follow him, but like, I saw his follower count. It doesn't really like. It's more Bread Batch than Nile.
That's what I'm saying. And again, I don't want to make it seem like it's like a clout thing, a number thing. Yeah. All these guys have more than me. That's not the point. Because this event clearly doesn't care about numbers until they're trying to duck. You know what I'm saying? Like, NNA, I get his attention, and now it becomes a thing about numbers. And if anything, just on a business standpoint, Social Knockout 1 was bigger than Social Knockout 2. Trajectory-wise, Social Knockout 3 is going to be even smaller. So it's like, if clout didn't matter here, why would it matter on this smaller fight? Like, I just want to have fun and go box this guy who I know I can beat. And he wants to make it a big old thing about that. So my theory is he's not going to have an opponent 2 weeks before the fight. I'm going to get an email from Tom Khan and Dubai and all them, and they're going to be like, yo, do you think you could fight NNA Productions in 2 weeks? You know? So that's my theory.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And like Tom Khan, like the guy who organizes like the crypto and like the actual event. I think I saw it on your story the other day. Like, he like kind of made a comment on his story saying like, you have to pass these trials. But how do you say NNA's opponent like
so that kid lives in Dubai. So my theory for that is he shows up, they're like split him up by weight classes. He's the only little kid who weighs 120 pounds like NNA, and they just take him as the opponent. I mean, I'm telling you right now, after watching that fight, that's a trained version of him. There's no way that he showed up to a trial and beat someone else to that spot. Not. He literally showed up and said, okay, we need someone that's 120 pounds. Where are they at? One guy, he's on the card.
The performance was absolutely disgusting.
Exactly. It was embarrassing to watch.
The Superman punch, like, I couldn't believe my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have words. That's why, like, after this week, if they don't hit me, I don't even want to, like, make videos on it. Because at this point, like it's how much more am I going to grow from talking about an event that's declining? And for the most part, I've said this before. The people that care about Social Knockout, especially Social Knockout 2, have most likely, like, 80% of them have seen my video just by looking at the numbers. Like, for example, concurrent viewers. The YouTube channel, the official channel, 2,500 concurrent views, right? And then if you look up Social Knockout 2, like on a guest account, my videos pop up in the first 10. So if you really, really, really care about Social Knockout 2, there's a big, big chance you've already seen my video and you already decided if you're going to subscribe to me or not. So how much more am I going to grow from talking about Social Knockout 2 or 3? So if they don't get me on the thing, I'm really like, all right, when I outgrow y'all
loss.
and y'all are begging me to join y'all thing, I'm going to just be laughing at y'all because y'all could have locked me up under contract at 3,000 subscribers. That's the way I
like, think about the storyline. Like, yeah, you're not like, I guess, well, to be fair, like, NNA, like, he was popping at one point, and...
But popping to 5-year-olds. But that's the thing. He was popping to little kids who clicked the red button for subscription, but as soon as I'm fighting, I'm in a boxing event, 3 million views to 40,000. So he's popping, but that, remember, we saw what happened with Social Gloves. TikTok followers don't equal pay-per-view buys, you know? And this is even worse because this fight was free and still nobody cared. So that's my thing.
Compared to like the YouTuber and the TikToker fight, like yeah.
If Social Gloves was free, that shit would have 1 million concurrent views. That shit was pirated like crazy, and that shit had like 1 million concurrents.
That situation, like I don't know what the deal with that is. Like I think Austin's like actually broke at this point. It sucks for him, but like I don't know. There's so many like details that are missing. I kind of got lost along the way there, but anyway, back to the whole like Social Knockout thing, like. Think about like how interesting the story would be. Like they just call out this guy who's just growing. Like NNA has this beef with this guy. He comes to Dubai. They have their fight, and then I honestly think you can beat him. Like we've seen how he fight.
I know I could be. I just know based on what I watch boxing and look in the mirror and just throw a punch or two. I'm like, okay, that punch looks better than what NNA did. Like. My thing is always this, like, if you're not a good athlete, you're not going to pick up a sport like boxing that has to do with body control and, you know, mind to muscle, like, connection and communication. Like, I just know, I've been an athlete my whole life. You know, I played soccer literally since I was, like, 3, and then I started playing basketball when I was, like, 12, you know, every weekend. Like, I just know for a fact in my ability that I know I can step in a gym because I watch professional boxing. I guarantee you he doesn't watch professional boxing. So I know how to throw a punch. Now I just have to, you know, tweak my form. So I just know I would beat him. Sorry, continue.
For real, no, I agree. Like with me, like I got inspired to like start this whole boxing thing. I want to say like maybe like 5 months ago. Like I had been somewhat training. I started somewhat training like 2 years ago, but then the COVID shit happened.
Yeah.
Like COVID-19 happened, and then I finally like picked it back up like 5 months ago, and it's really about like 2 things I want to say. Like. It's about the boxing is about being an athlete, like you said, yeah. But you also like gotta have the heart. It's a combination of the 2 things, and if you have those 2 things, like if you know that you can beat him and you have the means to prove it, you can make a show. And I think you could beat him. Like anyone could beat him. Like
that's my point. That's my point. I'm not out here saying I could beat Slim.
And what's up?
I said, like, I'm not out here saying I could beat Jake and Slim and them. No. No, I know I haven't trained. You know, I know that my goal is beating that guy. Okay, I'm not saying I'm gonna go beat Slim. You know, Slim's been doing it for 3 years. He's 6'1", 180. I weigh 130 something. You know, I can easily get down to NNA's weight. That's why I say these things. I talk my trash because I know I could back that up. I'm not out here talking shit to Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna back that up. So you feel me?
Yeah, no, like I'm not even in the ring as an amateur yet. I'm trying to do that by like mid next year. I'm trying to like have a few amateur fights, but until then, like definitely nowhere near that level.
Exactly.
Like for me at least. But like in your words, like I could knock the piss out of both of them, like the little kid and
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like if that's an event, I mean that's dude. I don't need to train for that. Like just look at the way they move. Look at like that kid. They're wobbling over there on one foot when they're throwing punches. Like. I mean, you push them over the right way, they're falling. Like, it's embarrassing. You know, I watch boxing, these guys don't, you know, and they're not athletes, and they're this. And, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of sad because, like, for the first Social Knockout thing, like, the thing about NNA is that I actually knew about his existence for, like, I want to say maybe 4 or 3 years. That was when, like, a bunch of, like, these commentary YouTubers were making videos on the whole 3 a.m. thing. That was his clout. That was his clout chase. Too. Yeah, like, YouTubers like Pyrocynical, Leafy, like all those guys from back then were making all these videos. Moist Critical,
Critical's still up and strong.
Yeah, I think he's the only one out of like the ones I just said that are still going. But yeah, like they made all those videos, and that was his peak. That was honestly his peak. Now, without like the negative popularity, negative publicity, and like the draining amount of kids that still watch, he's low. He's gonna just keep getting lower, and it would be a decent matchup because Social Knockout. The reality is like. Maybe not the trials bit, but the actual like theme of the event. Like instead of like the tail of the tape, like you see like the numbers of the followers instead of like the weight and the height. I think that's ridiculous, but that's their theme, I guess. So eventually you guys are gonna line up, and that fight would make sense. Like, absolutely. And you could just go from there if you wanted to, of course.
Yeah, that would always be something I would consider. You know, I always said like maybe if I started boxing at a younger age, I just never knew it was like to me that always seemed like a sport that wasn't accessible. I felt like that's like you got to find a gym super far away. Like when it's for soccer and everything else, I mean, there's a field every corner. So yeah, I don't know if I would continue to do it, but I mean, as far as that, you know, I'm just happy that I got his attention, and I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to say. Like he's still weird as fuck. Like I would still fight him if they came up to me and did it. And I honestly think from a numbers standpoint, I wouldn't be able to sell tickets, but again, it's not pay-per-view. I genuinely think I could bring people in. I mean, out of the 10,000 people that watched the video or the 4,000 that watched that video, whatever the case may be, there are people commenting, yo, I want to see that fight, I'd see that fight, and they're DMing me. Maybe at least 200 people. Even if I got 200 people to watch the event, that's like a 10% increase to the 2,500 they had. I mean, this event isn't this huge thing.
Like 200 like I'm pretty sure like that same amount, like 200 people were commenting this like Tyson, like who is Tyson?
Exactly.
To go fight whoever.
And I would make it entertaining. Like, I know for a fact, like, these people go up to these press conferences, they're so cringy. Like, I look at it and I'm like, how do they do this? Like, the things I would say, I could
fuck you up.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it's just so cringe. It's just, I feel like I could go there and make a video saying I'm fighting this, and this, and get some people to, like, you know, be like, oh, shit, I want to see this. And it's free? Oh, hell yeah, let's see this. You know what I'm saying? And just people I know in person, like, I could get like 100, 200 people like, yo, I'm fighting in Dubai in a boxing card. Tune in. And they would. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
I know for a fact I could get more people to watch that stream than the add-in kid that fought.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. What is it really about? That's my question.
Yeah, like honestly, like, I think you could sell it because that's what it's all about. Like, it's about, like, what you can, like, bring. Like, I've seen your videos. Like, you have, like, a very, like, good personality for that kind of stuff. Like, you're gonna call someone out on their BS with facts. You're gonna back it up and stuff like that. And you're gonna say, like, what's in your heart. You're gonna be passionate. I don't hold
back, bro.
And yeah, I think that's, like, something I can bring to the table, something you can bring to the table. I think that's something that a lot of people don't be doing, though, because they're just like, I fucked your sister.
That's what I'm saying.
Same. Wait. Hold up.
They just be saying weird shit. Like, I just don't see it as fight talk or anything like that. Like, they just don't know how
they're desperately trying to be funny for the sake of, you know, more viewers on their shitty little...
Like, it doesn't come out naturally. It's just cringe to watch. That's why the second event had less viewership than the first. So, you know, I'm not claiming I would bring all this to the table and have like 100 million people watching because of me. I'm not saying that. But if that little kid could have fought on the card, why not me?
That's my point. Can make what already exists. Like, you're bringing like 200, like you said, like you could get people to tune in. Like, overall, I guess that's not that much, but you could make that what exists already. And then when
I get the nastiest knockout on NA Productions, I want to see Moist Critical and all of them making a video like, y'all remember that 3 a.m. guy? Well, he just got his ass beat by this kid. You know, that would be the high side.
Yo, make a video on that for real.
Yeah, that would be the high side.
We can reference that in our next podcast if it ever happens. We'd be like, shit, we predicted this.
Also, I mean, we gotta have you on again after that if that happens.
I would literally do it. I mean, that'd be the high side. That'd be the high side out of it all. I mean, I'm sure I would grow, you know, getting posted on the bread batch. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a literal chance that KSI and Logan Paul and Jake Paul will see my face, you know, just scrolling through their feed. So there always, like, there is opportunity. But I feel like the add-in kid would have had the same opportunity as me, but he didn't take it. He got his shit pushed, got memed out, like, because he got, you know, you saw the whole thing that happened. So, you know, he tried to get clout off of it, but it didn't work because it didn't come out naturally. Exactly. So if I had that same platform, I feel like I could, you know, say something or do something and people would be like, oh, let me go fuck with this kid. Oh, he's like an American guy coming over to Dubai. I don't usually watch the thing, but let me go see what this guy can do. Or they just see the clip of me knocking him out and then they start fucking with me. So, you know, there is still stuff in it for me and I would still do it. But it just doesn't seem like, you know, he wants that.
Yeah. I know the fighters aren't really talking about it, but, like, how do they, like, I think you kind of brought this up earlier, like, how are they paying their fighters? Like, if Social Gloves, TikToker versus YouTuber, had all this, like, controversy, this scandal about, like, oh, we're not paying our fighters. Like, how is Social Knockout, which is, like, so much smaller.
Way smaller.
infinitely smaller than
I have a
than
theory.
social gloves.
I got
Yeah.
a theory. My theory is one of two things. First of all, there are 4 guys. Well, excluding Money Kicks. Money Kicks is set for life. To this, I'm telling you right now. Look, all these things that I say aren't helping me. Like that's why I don't really care anymore because like I'm exposing the event and talking shit. So I mean, Tom Khan will look at my channel for 1 second and say I'm not getting this guy on. Like he literally shit talks everything. So I don't really care. I'm gonna be authentic. So my genuine opinion, Money Kicks, this is a fantasy to him. He likes Logan Paul. He likes Jake Paul. He's rigging these fights. I mean, blatantly. The first fight, he got his ass handed to him by a guy who was throwing windmills. Like, I mean, this
Anus.
guy... Yeah, Anus was throwing no correct punches, but Money Kicks was scared, and he outlanded Money Kicks. I don't care what anybody says. Anyone can watch that fight and say, that was the worst piece of boxing I've ever seen, but the little kid won. And what happens? Money Kicks wins unanimously. How? Pay the judges. Second fight, they're like, okay, we're not going to risk getting our ass beat. Let's pay the fighter off from the start. What they do... He didn't land a punch. I mean, you look at the slow-mo. He doesn't land a punch. He hits the guard, and the guy falls to the ground, waits until the ref counts to 10. As soon as he counts to 10, he gets up and goes and hugs him. Why? Because he just got paid like $5 million to do that. So all this to say, the Money Kicks part, he's not doing it for money. He's doing it for the fantasy of saying that he's this boxer, right? He doesn't even train. He's a skinny fat kid. Like, he isn't in boxing shape at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, clear as day, that's fake. I don't care what anybody says. I got DM from someone who was at the Coca-Cola Arena, and they said everyone there knew it was fake. Everyone was booing after the Money Kicks thing. They literally said everyone knew it. From the moment it happened, they knew it was fake. So, it's not just me. Secondly, you have Adam Saleh, Slim, and NNA Productions, right? These are their guys that seem to be locked up under contract, because every time they fight, can't wait for Social Knockout 3. Can't wait for number 4. I think they're locked up long term, right? My theory for them, you look at their YouTube, they already peaked as well. They're on their way down. You look at the amount of money they're making. They're making $50 to $200 per video, right? It's not a lot to live off of in Dubai. I genuinely think these guys are boxing. That's all they have. I think that these social knockout events, that they might only be making $10,000 to fight. They might be making really small wages because money doesn't grow on trees, bro. Like these guys, these Dubai guys aren't, fueling this event just for them to enjoy boxing. I mean, you could just go to any other fight to enjoy real boxing. I think they're paying these guys $10, $15, $20, $25,000, and the only money they're making is Coco Swap, that crypto advertisement.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that advertisement is paying $1 million for an ad for only 2,500 people to watch concurrent. So my theory is they're just not paying their fighters a lot. Social Gloves promised $5 million. Social Knockout promises $10,000. So it's a completely different spectrum.
And like you said, they're like those guys like Adam Saleh, Slim. I want to talk about Adam Saleh in a second because I have things to say about him, and I don't know what to think, honestly, with him. But I think you brought that up, and I just remember the Coco Swap, the cryptocurrency, Tom Khan. It makes more sense because I think Money Kicks also organized with the event. Yeah, I feel like that combined with the money from the crypto, how that's being organized, I feel like that kind of answers the question. That's how the event is being, brought up.
Yeah.
I still agree, though, that the fighters are probably not getting paid their fair share amount. But
I mean, no. They are getting paid their fair share because their viewership is that low. I mean, the not getting paid their fair share would be getting paid $500 to fight. You know what I'm saying? The same way that Bryce Hall wasn't getting paid his fair share because he was getting overpaid. You know what I'm saying? They weren't bringing in the pay-per-view tickets, but they were getting promised this much. The whole event didn't even generate $5 million, and one guy was supposed to make $5 million. That's why. Because they went, oh, look how much Jake Paul sold. He sold 1.3 million pay-per-views with Ben Askren, and he has 20 million subscribers on YouTube. How many do we have on TikTok? Oh my God, we have 200 million combined TikTok followers. That means if you do the math, we're going to have 5 million pay-per-view buys. It's not how it works, These guys are TikTok followers. I've learned that means nothing. TikTok followers to conversions, to even get your TikTok followers to come subscribe to you on YouTube, I mean, nobody goes.
It doesn't translate.
That's the fair share. It's all a business. How much are you paying your boxers? How much are the tickets bringing in? How much is the pay-per-view bringing in? How much are the advertisers bringing in? Do we make a profit? So if they're making Social Knockout 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they either love losing money and they just are that rich they don't care, or they literally are just paying their fighters little to nothing, and that's the only way they're profitable.
Even if they are getting paid their fair share, or if not, I feel like they're taking them because that's their clout chase. That's what they have left.
But I think not even clout chase. I think that's just their living. I mean YouTube paying $100 a video, $200 a video. I don't even make that. I'm still living with my parents. I'm still grinding because I want more. But these guys, Hardy peaked, hit the wall, and are on the way down. I feel like that's all they got. That $10,000 fight check, that's why these fights are every 2 months. That's all they got.
For real. But, like, yeah, like, they're, like, Slim, I don't know if he's still doing it, but he was kind of desperate to go for Deji at first. We saw how that turned out. And then Gabe, like, how much more can he keep, like, clawing at to, like, stay up on top?
Exactly.
Barely. But, like, Adam Sala, man, like, I don't know what to, like, believe. Because, like, I mean, to be fair, like, knowing what we know, like, first of all, like, there's, like, this thing going around that he's faking his fights. I know his, like, ex-manager exposed him, but, like, I don't know, I don't have, like, all the context and all the details about that, but I for the most part, I believe that. But I feel like for what it is, I feel like he's a decent fighter. Like,
no. He, pound for pound, he is probably the most skilled fighter, YouTube-wise, not the Waleed guy that he fought. Just straight, YouTube-wise, pound for pound, he's probably number one up there next to Jake Paul, right? Because he's an amateur fighter, 14 fights, amateur. I mean, he's the only guy. He probably has been in the boxing gym longer than any other YouTuber. But, you know, he got exposed for faking that fight. So to me, it's like you lose respect, you know?
Yeah. No, like, if he really did fake that fight, and, like, I don't know if that's 100% confirmed or not. I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'd say it is. I mean, I think it's up to I feel like every person can decide whether they believe it. But when the manager comes out, has no reason to lie, he's already fired, and he comes out on a live stream with, like, not even that many people, and just, pours his heart out, I feel like, why would he lie,
Yeah.
And if he was lying, sue him for defamation. He didn't, so.
Yeah, like, I didn't watch the whole video, but honestly, like, I believe that. I think that Adam Sala did fake that fight. And you see it on all these tier lists, like KSI's, like, the Wade concept.
Yep.
He automatically goes into should retire.
Yeah.
Like, go back to clickbaiting and hip shaking because you faked the fight. If you can't do it, why are you doing it? Like, The whole point, it's not, like, I guess a part of it, yeah, it is for the glory, but it's showing your talent. It's showing your raw talent. And if you get exposed for doing such, like, he fought that, like, what was it again? He was, like a trained MMA fighter.
Yeah, he was something. To this day, I haven't watched. I've seen Fox the G's video making fun of him, but I haven't seen the fight. Like, I don't know why he thought he had to fake a fight. Like, I don't get it.
I did see some of that fight, and Adam actually got knocked down in that fight, too.
Yeah, I saw a little clip of that. I just didn't understand.
And, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, if you don't have it, why go out of your way? Why put more money on the line than you're earning back to fake it? Like, I guess in the long game, to him, it's like, let me just fake it till I make it.
Till he gets a Jake Paul. That's probably his goal. But, I mean, like, this is my thing. Jake Paul is a very simple man. He is trying to make money, right? That's why fighting KSI is a step back for Jake Paul. That is crazy to say, but it's a fact.
It's true.
So the fact that Slim and all these guys are trying to, but you're not bigger than KSI. And if KSI is going to struggle to get the fight with Jake Paul, it just shows you where this is at. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand. Like, I get what they're trying to do. Obviously, they're trying to grow and, get back to the glory, but this isn't the way to do it. Boxing isn't the way to do it.
Yeah, like, if you want to do that, like, he really took fake it till you make it, but kept faking it to a point where it's like, are you even real?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, you're good. Like your actual fights are good, but you've already lost that credibility. So how are we to take you seriously for the rest of it?
Yep.
Just, like, quit while you're ahead.
Yeah, and it really hurts. It hurts the whole thing. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I used to watch Canelo Alvarez. I'm Mexican, so Mexican fights, I would watch it. The big fights. I was there watching Canelo Mayweather when I was little. But I'm going to be real. When KSI and Joe Weller happened, I was like, this boxing stuff, it's so cool. Like, I watched the big fights, but I started getting more into it. And that led me into getting into, like, that professional rabbit hole. Like, I just started watching everything, right? So I'm going to be real. YouTube boxing, it's a fact. People like to argue, is YouTube boxing good for boxing? It is, because it got me into it. And I'm a huge boxing guy, right?
Same here.
So it's a fact. But then they'll ask, do you think Jake Paul is hurting boxing? No, he's not. But is Adam Sala? In my opinion, if you're faking fights, that is hurting it because real fights aren't rigged. So when you're doing a YouTube boxing fight and you're rigging it, it's not helping the sport at all, And it's hurting all the other YouTube boxers that are actually, doing something good for the sport.
Yeah, no, like, absolutely. And, like, what does that say about Slim? Who's like, I honestly don't know if he's, like, defending him or not. Like,
What do you mean?
like I know on his like tier list, he like put Adam Sala like, let's go champ, like he's the best, like not bringing up a single thing. Like I know they're friends, but like,
Yeah, that I mean,
what
honestly,
does that say about him? Like, do you
I
even
just think-
respect boxing if you're gonna defend someone who like does that shit?
But they're friends though. They're friends. How many people in LA have a friend that scams people for crypto and is still friends with them? You know. So
True.
I mean,
That's
the friend thing
fair
takes
point.
over. So for me, honestly, that's the reason I don't even like Slim. People think. I mean, people come at me with the craziest accusations. Like, the reason I don't like Slim, it's literally on camera. I'm literally sitting down doing a Slim reaction video on his tier list. And then the first thing he says, is this. All right, y'all, I'm going to do the most realist,
Non-biased.
boxing tier list, non-biased at all. Because all these other YouTubers put their friends in number one, whatever. Literally, hard
That's
cut
it.
on his edit. First up on the list, because it's alphabetical order. First up on the list, Adam Salaman. A-list, S-list, best YouTube. I'm like, bro, not even 15 seconds ago, you said you're not going to be biased. And then you put a guy
Then
that
he's in
every
Let's
other
Go
YouTube,
Champ.
every other YouTube tier list is putting them at the bottom for cheating. You completely don't even talk about that and put him at the top. At that moment, I was
my
like, all right,
God.
screw this, man. Like, I lost my respect for him there, and it just kept building. So people think I'm a hater for no reason. That's where it stemmed from. So to me, I don't know. I think Slim's fights aren't rigged. He just has the worst catalog of opponents.
Yeah, like
No
who
need
was
to
that
rig those.
one guy who fought him? I honestly remembered his like name
He fought
because
Fuzi.
like, oh yeah, he fought Fuzi Tube, and then NNA, and
Yeah,
then he fought like this
Fuzi.
kid. He
Yeah.
went from Fuzi to NNA. How do you even do that?
That's a
Bro.
step down. I mean, you going from a guy who is unanimous worst.
I just
No,
realized
yeah.
what that fucking meant. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
No,
Going
literally,
from Fuzi to NNA is like, what the fuck?
No,
are
because
you
think about it like
doing?
this. Since you don't know much about boxing, I'm gonna just give it to you like exactly the context. Take everything away, all opinions away.
Yeah.
Fuzi2 was unanimously known as the worst YouTube boxer before the NNA fight, right? He literally made a video and stood up in the middle of the Social Gloves press conference when Deji made fun of him, and he said, "You can't make fun of me because I already made a video exposing the worst YouTube boxer, and I exposed myself because I'm the worst YouTube boxer." He's a self-proclaimed worst YouTube boxer, right? Which hurts Slim's credibility. So next fight, right? Slim is accusing Deji. You get easy fights. You take easy fights. 2 weeks later, he announces a fight with this guy, NNA Productions. At this point, we don't know. We don't know what he's like. We know that he does the 3 a.m. videos. We know he's really skinny and 40 pounds less than Slim, which, by the way,
Apparently,
is illegal.
I think he said something about training with Conor McGregor. Someone with Conor McGregor. There's, like images of
that
him.
must have been the most bullshit ever. I mean,
Honestly, I think he just took a photo with him. And was just like, yeah, I'm
Exactly.
training with my man. Like, that's cap.
just
bro.
like, yeah. And so then we see the fight, and he's now unanimously the worst. So now you got a guy, Slim, who his fans think is the greatest YouTube boxer of all time, but his catalog says you fought the ex-worst and the new worst. So it's like, you know, I don't know how to feel about them. Boxing.
And then Alex Wasabi lost to Fusi.
So he's even worse.
I think he's not relevant anymore. Like, he's like, when's the last time you heard of Alex Wasabi, to be fair? Like,
That's my
but,
guy,
like,
though. I ain't gonna lie. That I grew up on it. I grew up on Wasabi Productions.
True. I did.
That was my thing.
I did watch some of his videos. I know, like, him and this other YouTuber, Swoozy, are tight. I watched a lot of Swoozy growing up. But, like, I don't know. I feel like the whole... I feel like he was just trying to, like, sell, like, a potential fight. But, like, the whole, like, calling out KSI, that was for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to
So,
lose to Fuzi.
yeah,
then,
man,
like,
I really don't
yeah.
know. This YouTube boxing landscape is definitely... it's definitely harder. I feel like a lot of people, like Social Gloves, they mistaked it and thought anything sells. Any YouTube boxing sells. Everything sells. But, like anything, when it's a new market, it's booming. But after people get used to it... I mean, for example, for me, I'm a big boxing fan and UFC fan. I became a UFC fan after. Every weekend, there's something to watch almost. Like, almost. Every other weekend, at least, there's either a big UFC fight or a big boxing fight. That shit hurts your pockets, bro. Like, if you're not... Like,
For
that
real.
shit hurts. $50, $60 for a pay-per-view every weekend, every other weekend. So, and then on top of that, you want to add YouTube boxing and think that everything's going to sell. It's just not. So, YouTube boxing is in this weird spot. That's why for Social Knockout 2, or 3, I wanted to be on it. It was really just for that knockout clip. I knew that I probably wasn't going to gain a whole bunch of traction just from being on the card. And I probably wasn't going to sell a lot. But I was going to have an opportunity in front of cameras and the potential of going Twitter viral, this viral, that viral, and knocking out the kid who is formerly known as the cringiest YouTuber of all time. I feel like I'm doing the world a favor, and it could get captured on video, and that
You'd
could
be
be
doing
really
us
big
all
for
a
me.
favor, to be honest. Lots
So
of respect on this
yeah.
podcast when that happens. If that happens, I'd hope
If,
so.
if it happens. Again, I just talked shit about Social Knockout for the last 30 minutes, so I really don't know, man. I'm probably more of a liability because I'm going to go in the press conference and, expose them and shit.
But no, like I feel like, just like don't count yourself out of boxing like that. Like something could happen. Like it doesn't have to like just be like limited to social knockout. You could like do something else. You could take it somewhere else because obviously like you're still talking about the boxing. You know that could go somewhere else. And also,
for sure.
I'm gonna say it right now. If the boxing, like, even if the boxing doesn't go anywhere, but especially if the boxing, like it like causes another beef, or you become friends with like another boxer or something like that, something happens related to that. And even like where you are now, I have a feeling that you are gonna make it onto a KSI video. I just see it happening,
dude. Bro, I mean, I would love it, man. Like I've done reactions to his songs, you know, naturally. And I remember one time he was like, "Oh, let's get a small channel," and my heart dropped, right? Because I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, because he chose a video with like 200 views, and my video had like 180, something like that, like a long time ago. So I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I just had a shred of a chance. But my friend Fox, like I could tell the story of how I met him. He got 1 million views because he was on a KSI video, or he got 1 million views meeting KSI, and then he was on a KSI video for that.
I remember that.
And then he got talked about, and it's just crazy. Like
that's how I knew him.
Well, yeah, so you know him.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, but you saw his YouTube.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I started watching him when he had 30,000 subscribers, right? And I saw his videos and I thought they were hilarious. I mean, I was just watching him as a fan perspective. Like, fan first, I was like, I love the way he edits. I don't know how to do it. And fun fact, he does it all on his phone. I mean, he got all of those subscribers from his iPhone. Like, when he told me that, I was like, holy shit, I have a computer in front of me and Premiere Pro. I got to get on it. Because this man got on a KSI video, did all these edits that I think are phenomenal. Like, I look up to the way he edits, right? And that style. And then, so I'm a subscriber. I remember calling up my uncle who you know, helps me a lot and just like talking about life and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, it would be so sick if I got to collab with this man or, you know, anything like that because I look up to him, right? Right? And then I have a friend named Strike Ninja, right? He's another YouTuber.
I'll watch him, actually.
Yeah, so I met him.
He's in my
I met him, and then guess what? Fox the G was a fan of Strike Ninja and started his YouTube channel because of Strike Ninja, right? Obviously, he overpassed him, you know, the algorithm, you know, whatever. So it's crazy how I met Strike Ninja, and then he tells me the story, and I'm like, wait, so you know him? He's like, yeah, he used to be a fan, and we chop it up, and, you know, he's super humble, so we still talk now. And then we do a live stream, a boxing live stream, which was really good, and he's like, we have a special guest coming on. That's what Strike said. And I was like, holy shit, I think it's Fox, right? So to me, I'm still a fan. And I hop on this Discord, and it says Fox the G, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I just saw him in a KSI video 2 days ago. I've been watching him since even before that. I look up to his edits. I literally just called my uncle a week ago saying I want to meet this man and collab with him. And now he's in the Discord call. And then to add to that, we hit it off. Like, we talk all the time now. Like, we're friends. Like screw the fan YouTube thing. We're just friends now. And I look up to him a lot. You know, he has 70,000 subscribers. You know, shout out Fox the G. If you don't know who he is and you're watching this, you know, check him out, man. He makes 1 minute, really 2 minute videos, content. Hilarious. Yeah, literally doesn't hurt. Sit down, laugh for 2 minutes, off, you know? And I must tell you right now, the reason that my videos are becoming 3 minute edits, other than the raw reactions, is because of him. I sat on a call with him and he said, yo, like, the reason I grew is because of this. And, you know, I'll always give him credit and tell that story because it just, like, was the first time that I was literally, like, happy for him as a fan that he was on KSI. 1 week later, I meet him on Discord. 3 days later, we were just talking about life on a phone number message, like, and just friends now.
Like, I would love to talk to him. Like, he sounds like he has, like, a really interesting, like, story. And, of course, he actually met KSI. Like, I wonder, like, I know, like, that definitely impacted his career, like, you know, on YouTube. But, like, I want to know, like, his thought process through that. It's like, I can't imagine myself in these, like, situations, you know? It's crazy. Dude.
I was talking to him. I'm like, bro, it's crazy. Like, that guy, I grew up watching him, too. I've been watching KSI since I was, like, 2013. And I'm like, you, like, were face-to-face with him. You know, he went to a meet and greet, whatever, and he met him. And not just did he meet him. He made a video about meeting him. And then that video made it to the subreddit where KSI said, oh, yeah, I remember you. And then, you know, like, that's crazy. Like, I was like, that's crazy. I mean, we're similar age. We're kids who grew up watching these guys. And now, I mean, it wasn't the whole point of the video, but just the fact that he mentioned him by name was huge. It's huge for any small YouTuber trying to make it. And especially when they're literal, like, for him, I don't know if I don't want to, like, speak for him, but I'm pretty sure that's his favorite YouTuber of all time. I mean, that guy, KSI, is his #1 idol. Like, so that's, like, it must be insane. I couldn't imagine what that feeling's like.
Yeah. Also, guys, look out for his fight on September 38th. Jake Paul, you know what it is.
Yep, it's coming. It's
That's
coming.
an inside joke to like his content. Nah, definitely give it a watch because like shit like that, like he does like a lot of bits. I honestly enjoy it. I think it's hilarious,
man. I genuinely, I think that man is hilarious. And we've been talking about a collaboration. I just don't want to be a leech, you know. Like I have 3,000 subscribers, and I respect them so much. I'm like, it needs to come by naturally, and it needs to be so revised that I'm happy with what like is going out on your channel or my channel. Because I just don't want to be a leech, like never. Like the kid, like he's so cool as a person, and I love his content. It's like, bro, I'm not trying to hop on his thing and someone be like, yo, who the hell is this guy? Like, you know, why are you doing him any favors?
Yeah.
But I mean, I technically appeared on his channel. He did a video on Jake Paul after the Tyron Woodley fight, and we were all in my live stream, you know, reacting to it. And he put a clip of that.
That was that. I think I remember that.
If you saw us talking and we were like screaming when he almost got knocked
yeah.
out. Yeah,
No,
that
I
was
think I
literally
saw
mine,
that.
and I was at the bottom corner. And I remember we were on the Discord call editing our videos because we both put them out after my live stream. That's when we met, and we became friends that night while we were editing. And I'm watching the video. He's like, "Oh, I just posted mine," so I'm like, "Oh, let me go check it out." And I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like I don't even say anything. But I'm like, "Bro, I'm in his video. Like I just met him today, and now I'm in his video. Like my you know my social medias, it's my screen recording. Like that's mine." And that was like one of those crazy moments, and like, you know, I hope we stay friends and we both, you know, make it to the top and shit like that.
For real. Yeah, no, I wish the best for both of you. Like, seems like a very like interesting story. Like, think about it. Like, it's the come up itself. Like, you know, like what you're doing. Like, you're enjoying yourself. But like, think about like when you're at the top. Think about like the story. Like, think about that. Yeah. That is going to be something like spectacular. I bet. To look back on and just like reminisce. Like honestly.
No, yeah. It's crazy, especially because, like I said, on the phone with my uncle. That's the craziest part for me, because like I vividly remember being like, yo, one day, I want to be on a video with him and collaborate with him. Like it was just such a like authentic like fan thing, like as if you would like someone you just watch and have no hope, and then you find a YouTuber who's just happens to be friends with him. Like how small does the world have to be? You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So yeah,
it's honestly crazy, but yeah, no, like. It's like a lot of this like relates back to the YouTube boxing thing, like back to like it really starts back with like, is Jake Paul good for boxing? I mean, look at all these connections being made. Like look at like how the boxing world has changed in these past 3 years. Yeah. Think about all these like friendships that have been made, all this like all these businesses that have been created, all this fun, all this enjoyment has obviously like it's not all like Jake's, like, you know, like it's not all him, but like, you know,
well,
like,
he took it to that next level.
His influence is definitely like something that is like to be commended for creating all of this.
For sure, man. I feel like people love to hate on him, and obviously he's done some questionable shit, but like, I mean, who hasn't in that LA industry? And I feel like when it comes to being a YouTuber and making content and like really aspiring, like really wanting it, you look at him like, you can't look at him but anything other than admiration, and like he motivates me, you know, like I admire the way he markets himself. I admire the way he stays relevant. I admire the way that I'm sitting there watching ESPN First Take, right? And then they transfer from talking about LeBron James and how if he's aging, if he's the GOAT, and then the next bit is Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, and I'm seeing a picture of Jake Paul on ESPN, and Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman are talking about Jake Paul. I'm like, how do you not admire that? He's a YouTuber who started by making videos, and now he has made such a dent in boxing that he is being talked about by First Take and on FS1 Undisputed with Shannon Sharp, you know, and Skip Bayless. It's like, I just don't understand. I'm like, how do you hate on this guy that much? If you don't like some of the things he's done, all right. But for me, I can't help but admire it, and I hope to meet him one day and, you know, just tell him like, yo, inspiring as hell on the business front, on the entertainment front. It's inspiring, and I can't hate on that.
For real, like, bro, like, I respect him, honestly, for that. I respect Jake Paul for that. Like, doing all, like, that influence, and just, like, he felt passionate about the boxing, so he just went and did it. He marketed himself. He was very smart about how he went about it. Really, like, yeah, like you said, like, he's done some questionable things, but, you know, who hasn't in that, you know, industry? But, like,
do you know he owned Fanjoy?
What's up?
Wait, I think that's what it's called. I'm like, I always say, do you know he owns Fanjoy?
Fanjoy, I feel like I heard that.
The merch company.
Oh wait,
they distribute merch for David Dobrik, and I've
definitely heard that. Yeah, no.
When I found out about that, my respect for him, because I like to talk, to do business and invest and stuff like that. It's a part of me that like I don't talk about often. Obviously, it's not entertaining, but when I found out about that, my whole mentality for him changed, because I'm like, this man saw what a dent Maverick did with Logan Paul and his merch did. I mean, this man was making Christmas diss tracks and at the end saying, "Tell your mom to buy my merch," right? He's a marketer. You can say that's not ethical or whatever, but point is, he saw what kind of dent it made. So he made a company specifically tailored for other YouTubers to make merch and distribute it, and he takes a cut. I mean, when I found out about that, think about how lucrative just daviddobrik.fanjoy.com is. I mean, David Dobrik moves so much merch, and Jake Paul gets a little tiny piece of it. And it's just like, when I found out about that, I'm like, man, I can't hate this man. I can't. He's so smart with what he does, his business. I aspire to be like that,
It's crazy, honestly. Like, it's honestly just crazy. Like, he gotta give him the props. Like, to be fair, to be honest, like, not too long ago, like, I want to say, like, at the start of this year, like when the Ben Askren fight was in the works, like, when that was getting announced, I was like, oh, there's no way he's winning. Like, I mean, to be fair, I didn't know about Ben Askren. Like, I just thought, like, oh, this guy's MMA, he's gonna win. Yeah. I just had that mentality. I also had that mentality of, like, KSI is this YouTuber, like, but he's the boxing champ. He beat the bigger one, the Logan Paul. Yeah. He beat Logan, so he's gonna win. And for a while, like, Jake keeps racking up these wins with Anisong Gibb, Nate Robinson, and now Ben. Like, I to that point, I was still like, but he won't beat KSI. But that was just me kind of being blinded by, like, I'm a KSI fan.
Yeah.
I really respect. I like KSI a lot, like what he's doing, and I still do. But, like, logically, like, realistically, they're both two people that aspire to create, not just for themselves, but for others, and are doing it in very smart ways. KSI, more recently, with his music. Jake Paul with the boxing, like you said, Fanjoy. How he markets himself, how they both market themselves in general, like KSI with the Sidemen, you see it. They're making dents in the world. And you got to give, you can't just give props to one. You got to give props to both of them.
It's, like, popular to hate Jake Paul. And I hate being, I've always hated, like, screw the social media stuff. Like, I always hated, like, just following, like, the herd. Like, I vividly remember this. Some people say they don't remember. I don't know about you, but when I grew up, I swear, it was popular. And no, this was definitely a thing for everybody. It was popular to hate Justin Bieber. Or no.
Oh, yeah.
It was popular. Real. And I was in the car bumping his shit on the low.
Everyone and their grandmother hated Justin Bieber back in,
because it was you were supposed to. Because you were supposed to. And then, like, I started growing up, I'm like, bro.
Requirement.
It's what I'm saying. And I'm like, why hate on a guy, who came up so young, talented as hell, and his music be fire as hell. So I always had that, so that's the thing I related to the most. Everyone hates Jake Paul because they think they have to. If you're in the UK and you say you like Jake Paul, you're probably going to get stoned to death. Like, in the UK. That's how bad it is over there.
For real.
But why? I just don't understand it. Like, I just like giving people the fair, their fair shake. And I'm going to be real. I was a hater of Logan Paul and Jake Paul. And for good reason.
Yeah,
back when their content was very cringy. I mean, I to this day cannot watch a video of Logan Paul without the beard when he was vlogging. I mean, that shit is fucking pain to the eyes.
Neither can I.
Yeah,
when he got the beard, it, like, changed, honestly.
Everything changed. After Japan, well, even a little after Japan, it was cringy, but after the fights with KSI, I flipped. I became more of a Logan Paul fan than KSI fan. Currently, not, like, all-time KSI.
He's making good content now, honestly. I was watching some of his vlogs from recently, like yesterday, like 2 days ago. It's entertaining now. Like,
I love it.
He saw what was wrong. And like KSI and Jake, he knew how to market himself now. He knew what to do.
Exactly.
They definitely learned a lot from their past experiences and took that as an advantage to help themselves.
Man. And not just that, it wasn't just the cancellation and, like, oh, like, I'm switching it up to be liked better, to market myself better. We get more of Logan's personality now. Like, he himself said it, like, on that
it
one
was so natural.
Episode.
I think what he said, was like, he didn't know that he could be himself and still get views and people would still like him. So he was always scared to break out of the character, and the character was consuming him. And that was so true, because I feel like if it wasn't natural, it wouldn't have worked. I feel that, because he's been doing it for 3 years. There's no way the other Logan Paul was real and this is the act. It's clear as day that the act was the guy vlogging, trying to outdo himself, posting a vlog a day, and this is the chill, relaxed, smart businessman, Logan. And I'm gonna be real, like that. If you tell me like number one inspiration, like in the YouTube scene right now, it's gonna be Logan Paul for me, because ever since I started watching Impulsive, and I literally went from hating this man and being like, all right, I hope no one sees me watching this Impulsive video, right? To like, this was way back. This was like episode 5, 4, like 6, 7, 8, right? And then slowly I'm like, wait, this is not the guy on the vlog camera. And then all of a sudden his vlog started changing, and I'm like, wait, I like this guy. Like, this guy's cool. This guy's sick. He does business. He invests. He's big into like, you know, NFT, crypto, starting businesses and clothing. And I'm like, this guy, like, I admire this guy a lot. And that's why, like, for me, the same thing with Jake. Like, I want to judge people based on like their most, you know, their best version of themselves, and I'm not gonna hate just because everyone else does.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're doing like lots of smart shit. All of them, like Aiden Ross, Rice Gum, what is it, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, FaZe Banks. Like, they're doing like that crypto shit, like NFTs, like
minus the
scams.
Punks.
Well, minus the scams, yeah. Minus like the roulette thing.
That did happen, didn't it?
Nah.
Yeah.
No. That part I don't exactly respect, but like. And I know they're always like you heard them say it on Mom's Basement, which is Keemstar and FaZe Bank's podcast for viewers that don't know. Like, they're always talking about, like, they're saying, like, yeah, not financial advisors, but, like, there are some takeaways you can take from that. Like, you don't have to be a financial advisor to be, like, interested in, like, what they're talking about. And want to do research for yourself and then get yourself into the market. Like, with the cryptos and NFTs.
It's a crazy place. And when you're just trying to speak your mind, but a million people are watching, I fell victim to it too, where someone mentions something and you're like, oh, they're rich, so they must know. But, you know, they don't. So you're not supposed to take it you're not supposed to take it as advice. So yeah, all of that stuff, it's hard for me to like judge them based off it. I think FaZe Banks knows what he's doing, and even with the gambling stuff, those are all moral issues more than illegal issues. Like, I don't respect the scams, like the crypto scams, the pump and dumps.
Yeah, those are like the CS:GO skin stands from like
those are straight scams.
From like 4 years ago.
Yeah, like gambling.
Oh, I remember when Valve banned that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, those things were banned for a reason. You know, those are things to get canceled for. But when it comes to gambling, that's more of a moral issue. And yeah, it's a vice. Yeah, you're promoting it. But I mean, at the end of the day, I strongly believe if your kid, if you're a parent and your kid is watching something they shouldn't be, that's on the parent, not on the content creator that's just posting to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I hate when people try to like make it seem like YouTubers are these role models that are like supposed to be angels. Like, at the end of the day, you're literally just a human being.
If that was the case, I would have been yeeted off the platform so long ago.
Exactly. Like, it's like you just a regular human who decided to post what they're saying behind closed doors on the internet. So I don't think that they should be looked at as like these role models and stuff like that. Like, it's the parent's job to be like, what are you watching? You know, oh, let me watch it before you watch it. Let me review and see if it's bad or not. So a lot of the things that they do, I don't know, like the gambling stuff. Like if you're an underage kid gambling, I blame that more on the parent than anyone else. They're just doing their job. They're promoting.
You should still stop gambling though. It's not good.
No, it's not at all. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's legal. You know, alcohol isn't good. Smoking cigarettes isn't good. But these things are still legal. So it's like, I ain't trying to get too, you know, into that kind of stuff. But that's the way I think about it. Like, I don't want people to think like, oh, how can you like Banks? Like, I think that what he did was maybe morally a little weird, but not wrong at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I totally agree on that part. But like, yeah, no, they're all doing their things. They're just, they know what they're doing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's a few moral issues, but you know, they're marketing themselves. They're creating these markets. They're boosting the fuck out of these like NFTs. They're doing these things.
Yeah, that's a little more. That might be like getting the SEC's attention soon, because FaZe Banks, bro, he a market mover, and I know he knows it. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, he's just a guy posting on Instagram, but he's definitely moving these markets. Like, he likes to think, if I wake up in the morning and post this brand new NFT, right? This NFT project, and by the end of the day, it's 4x'd. It's because he's a good predictor. No, it's because the reason is because you posted it, so the people went from your story, started purchasing it, supply and demand, you know, brought it up. So, I mean, for that, I do see him. I'm not into NFTs. You know, I'm a little into crypto, but I'm not into NFTs, so I really don't care. But that is another issue, you know, like, he knows what he's doing. It might not be illegal again, but he's kind of moving these markets in those small NFT projects.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, I have been meaning to for a long time to get into like the crypto market and like check out NFTs. Like, obviously, like I don't have the money for that shit, but like it's something that kids. For real, for real, honestly. But like it's something that is really cool. That I think with careful research and like real consideration can be something that like can really be a cool thing for like a lot of people to like discover, sure. Invest in. Like it doesn't even have to just be like, oh, like FaZe Banks post this, like let's go check this out, let's go see what we can do with this.
But unfortunately,
it's your own like discoveries too.
Yeah, but anyone watching this, do your due diligence and then stop and do more due diligence and never stop, because I'm telling you, like,
keep it.
Yeah,
keep
keep
up the research.
Do so much research on it, man. Taking advice from someone, I mean,
for real.
Investing is a very, very not scary world, but it takes a lot of knowledge.
Risky.
Yeah, it's risky if you don't do it the right way. And I feel like the barrier of entry is very high.
It's definitely a good learning experience for everyone to have, I think.
Yeah, but I feel like they have to. I feel like you can't go like toe deep into investing and think you're gonna make money.
Yeah, please just don't throw $1,000 into Bitcoin and leave it there forever.
Yeah, I mean, some people argue that would be a smart one, but I think you just have to do a crazy amount of research before you even think about putting real money into anything. Paper trade or do anything like that.
We are not financial advisors. I know everyone.
We got to repeat ourselves. We are not your advisors. We are financially or legally. You are responsible for your own money. Fuck off.
Facts.
Essentially. Yeah, no, but like I know everyone be saying that, but like it's true. Like, do your own research. Like, don't take like FaZe Banks' like tweet as like, let me do exactly like this and then lose all your money. Like, I feel like it's more than just research. Like, you have to be like smart in general. Like, I know, like, it to an extent, like, it's a moral issue. Like, he is promoting it at the end of the day. But, like, if you're, like, believing it 100%, like that's kind of like a you thing. Like, you can't, like, take the blame for it. Like, or you can't have FaZe Banks take the blame for it 100%.
No, you have to definitely do your own research. And, I mean, these guys aren't financial advisors. It's not even like this is a financial advice. They literally can't give financial advice because they aren't financial advisors. And even then, I just feel like it takes so much research, especially to a market like crypto. It's literally younger than us. Like, crypto's only been around since 2010 at the latest.
Damn.
At the earliest. So, I mean, we're talking about the stock market, it's been around since the 1900s. And before that, we went through how many, the Great Depression and all these, my point is, especially when it comes to crypto, do so much research, man. It's too lucrative. It's too volatile. Do a lot. So, yeah.
But yeah, you got any like closing thoughts? Because I think we've been talking about this for a while. We touched up on a lot of things. Any last?
We went all the way from boxing and YouTubers to crypto, which was a fantastic
crypto and NFTs.
This always happens, and that's what I love about podcasting. It's
what? Great. Honestly, that is actually like so true, man. How many times do you watch Impulsive and they start off talking about boxing and it ends up with crypto? Like, it happens. But not closing thoughts. I feel like wait for me to come back, man. I have like, if anything, I got like a little vacation. I can't wait to get back and make so much more videos.
For real.
I can't wait, to hit 10K and start streaming and get more attention, do more podcasts, come back on this and NNA Productions. If you want to fucking fight, bro, I'll go tomorrow, bro. I'll go tomorrow. Fucking pay my flight. I literally would fight for just that. Pay my flight. I'll fucking go and get my brother moment.
For real, I'll be on the undercard. Fuck it.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Get me up on there.
I'll
fight Anis.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Just get me there, bro. Like, and if that doesn't happen, I am not worried a single bit, bro. I'm going to outgrow this man and Productions and that whole event. And right now I got 3K. We'll see what I got when I come back on this podcast. And yeah, man, I don't have much else to say. I can't wait to keep grinding and growing on YouTube.
For real.
I'll make sure to link your channel. I did this with the last podcast, but in the end card, I put the guest channel on the right side. I have to make a proper description. I have like a mini description, but because we haven't really like completely settled our socials yet, I haven't kind of made a full description, but when we do, I'll make sure that you're
That
up
is
there,
coming
dude.
soon.
Because like,
Okay.
good
That's
shit.
fine.
Good shit.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know you
would
like
just
talked
edit all this
about.
out?
Just like one more thing, like I know we talked about your channel, but like if you got any like more socials, any like upcoming things, like obviously your return.
Oh yeah, plug.
Any
All,
new
yeah, we
projects
did this
you're
last
working on.
time.
Yeah.
I want to make this
honestly,
a tradition. Plug all your shit right now.
Honestly, if you really cared about all my other socials, just watch any YouTube video and it's at the top at all times. So
There you go.
Oh yeah.
if you you know what I'm saying, like instead of me repeating them out loud, if you really care, like I always been that guy, like I don't like ending my videos like please subscribe, go here, go do this. Like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it, bro. So if you want to see what I do on Instagram on my stories, go check my video and it will be there. And if you really want to find it, you'll find it.
There you go.
I mean, YouTube is my number one thing. I love it. Even though they got a strike on my channel, we'll forgive them.
Love-hate
10K,
relationship.
Here I come. Yeah.
Yeah,
10K.
YouTube has that kind of flair to it. So
True. Honestly, we got to start doing that. Like the socials at the top. That's like a smart thing. I know Aiden Ross does that. Like it's really smart.
Yeah, I'll give him all credit, bro. I literally built mine straight. I built it myself, but I had his here.
I have space on the top of like I have like a margin space around the video cameras. I can just shove shit on there randomly.
You could, yeah. Like a spot for like visuals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like maybe like a clip of like the boxing matches we talk about. We'll figure it out. But yeah, no, it's been absolutely lovely having you on. Like I said, like when I reached out to you, I thought we could have a really cool conversation. I think we've done that, and I think like I said before, like it would be fire to have you on again later. We could talk about like how your goals have transpired and see what else you got then for the future of then.
For sure, man. I love to. I love talking, bro. I mean, we've been recording for like an hour 20. I don't know how long the podcast's gonna be, but
dude, it's been like an hour and a half. It's been great.
Yeah,
For real.
I mean, I could go all night.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, pleasure, man.
I got you, yeah. But yeah, no, I think that's it.
Well, thank you all for tuning into Box Program Thoughts. We hope you all have a fantastic day, and don't forget to eat breakfast. I don't fucking know, man. Get the fuck out of our channel.
Just drink water.
Just drink water.
For real.
Take a
All right,
massive
peace, man.
fucking piss.
It's been real.
And we will see you all next week.
That was so disjointed.
Yeah, you got to finish on that.